talking about that thing that you said don't talk about when we won't talk about that specific thing. When I was like, "Hey, what about
Right,
this?" And you're
Billy,
right.
we're
like, "No,
live.
don't
Oh
Billy, we're
talk
no,
about
live.
that."
We're
no, we
live.
can't do that at
Oh,
all.
Yes.
are we? We are live. Oh no, how long have we been live?
About 17 seconds.
Long enough for them to know
You'll
JD
be all right.
Schreiner's a poop.
You're all right. All right, man.
Goodness.
Nice. Sweet man. Well,
Ladies and gentlemen.
JD, are you
Ladies
ready
and
for
gentlemen.
the reveal, sir? We should both be in there, and we're gonna switch this up. Yeah, we should be gravy, baby. You're unmuted, so we'll go live. Give us a countdown, Commodore. However many seconds you want. Three, two, one,
Five,
two.
four, three, two, one, go.
Hello, hello, hello,
Hello,
hello,
Hello.
hello. There he
hello,
is.
hello,
There he
hello.
is. JD,
How
what's up, my
are
dude?
ya?
He looks so mysterious. He looks very
Hey, how are you
mysterious.
guys?
What's up? Good, my man. There he is. There's a smile we see all over Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking at a picture right now where you're sporting amazing looking hat,
That's my
playing a
favorite. That's
blue
my favorite
guitar,
one of you.
playing
Oh,
a blue
right on.
guitar.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
That's at my
quite.
sister's. I wrote a lot of songs on that, and I just wanted to. Once I felt like she was really tired, like the guitar felt like it was tired. It was breaking down. It just wasn't doing what it used to. It wanted to kind of retire because most of what was on MySpace and early Facebook, most of that stuff was written on that guitar. When I worked with Mike Thompson and Antoine Hamilton in our old incarnation of the Water Dog Nation, that was the guitar where all the songs were written on, and that was the performance guitar. That was the every guitar right there.
When did you get this said guitar, and does said guitar have a name?
Said guitar was actually named Starfire. My nerd is
Nice.
showing, I know.
Nice.
Fantastic character, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, FYI, if you are just joining us, we are being joined by our good man JD Schreiner,
It's nice
who
to see
seems to be
y'all.
quite the creation guy. Like not just music, sir, but artwork as well. We'll get into that. I got a question for you. How at what age did you start for the first time and play it?
At what age? Um, Much to the chagrin of my father, Walt Schreiner, um, he had
Chagrin.
placed the guitar in my hands at about 13 years old, and I rebelled against him in whatever way I could, including the guitar. Then I was about
Gotcha.
18, 19 years old in college, bored out of my wits, and so I decided that I was going to learn to play the guitar. There may
Man,
have
that's
been
a
a beautiful woman involved in that decision.
But not
JD.
because
There
of
there
dad, but
usually
because of
are.
a beautiful woman.
There usually are beautiful women
Exactly.
somewhere in the story of a
Exactly.
musician, of a creator.
Yeah, it
Exactly.
was kind of an influence with me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where I was I don't know, kind of like JD said earlier. He's like my nerd is showing. Like
Hmm.
everybody's got a little bit. Everybody's got an essence, if you will, a percentage of nerd that exists within them
I
that
like to show my
sometimes
nerve.
sometimes prohibits them from kind of grinding with society on a smooth level, especially like the popular this clique or this group. It's interesting to
Click.
be kind of like an introvert when you're coming up in high school and you desperately want to be included. It just
Yeah,
you're
Hmm.
in
oh
high
yeah, it's
school.
different in high
You're
school.
14,
Yeah,
15,
yeah.
17, 18, like then into college. College is a completely different time as well. But I
But
would say
they,
there are definitely some times in those late teen years, early 20 years where you're kind of seeking that like ambitious passion. It's going to be something, and what's it going to be? In JD's case, it sounds like he picked up a guitar. And you only
It
waited a couple years. That's
ultimately,
okay. From when your dad told you to do it to when you actually did. I was worried you were going to say like, I don't know, but it was only a couple years. I was like, okay, that's good. That's not bad. That's pretty good, my man. That's awesome. And still to this, what year was that? You said you were 19. What year were you 19? Now
oh
you're
goodness,
your
I would have
age.
been 19 between 2001 and 2002, somewhere around there. I'm 37. Math is not my forte.
That's okay. You're right on the maybe pretty good. So 19, you picked up a guitar, and you're 37 years old. So it's been almost 20 years of rocking some git fiddle.
right on.
Definitely doing my best at it. I mean, there are much more disciplined individuals out there, but I feel
Always,
like everybody has a voice.
for
And
sure.
if you can if you can endure some hardship and a little rejection, it can sure be a fun thing for you to do with yourself.
Yeah, and I gotta say, you didn't just kind of hang in the music world. You also are involved in the art world as well. We've looked at some of your pieces of artwork that you've had a bit available. Some really awesome stuff. How has that always been? Has that been before music, or did that come after music?
Um, Honestly, it began with just indoor recess in public schools and not being able to run around on the playground or whatever. And so I started drawing comic book characters and stuff like that really early on. Um,
Okay,
you know, when before I found any kind of real religious ideology, the comic book heroes were what I looked to for like that moral compass, like that right or wrong, sometimes. Even with parents doing the best
sure,
that they could. So art had always been an
sure.
escape. Now being partially
If you
blind,
don't mind me asking,
yep,
what characters were you drawn toward? Like, what were like your first comic book characters that you really connected with?
I really connected with Spider-Man. Like first and foremost, I connected with Spider-Man.
That's awesome. Why is that? We've
We get
had
that a
this
lot.
conversation a lot. And Spider-Man at the top for a lot of people. Like, I'm always very interested. Like, what is it about Spider-Man that makes him so badass for you?
Part of it is the fact that when I'm encountering Spider-Man, I'm like maybe 8 or 9 years old. Well, Spider-Man is only a few years older than me when at that chronology, 9 years, 15 years, 16 years, he might be doing certain things that are relatable to a young person, and other things that are a little above your
Sure.
head.
Yeah.
And as you continue to read, my father just my father was really cool about this because if there was a big word that I didn't understand, he would just look it up in your Encyclopedia Britannica. I know we have Google for that, and it amazes
I
me that
remember
we're not.
Encyclopedia Britannica. I
Yeah, you,
remember that.
you had
Oh
you had
yeah.
those too. How old are
No,
Oh
you?
I
yeah.
didn't have them.
No,
I
no,
didn't
no,
have them,
no.
but I remember them.
Oh,
No, those were expensive.
okay,
Yeah, those are
cool.
expensive. No, I never
We
had
saw
them.
the commercials for
Yeah,
them
I
all the
saw the
time.
commercials for them all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
time. Yeah. That was my experience, and it's like I don't think I've ever actually physically touched a Britannica
Oh,
encyclopedia.
I touched one.
Yeah,
That's
I don't,
cool, I think.
I don't think I've ever. I mean,
Oh
everybody
dear.
knows that name. Everybody understands that. And like everybody from our similar generation, you and I
Yeah.
are close in age, my man. So like everybody, and I think the three of us are very close in age.
Yeah.
I think we all kind of grew up in that same kind of generation where there were those like elemental things that were being sold at that period of time that everyone saw a commercial for, no matter where you are, what country you are, like you're going to see it on a commercial on television, and
Yep.
you're going to remember it
Right,
20 years later and
That
be
was
like,
back when
right.
that was
Because
back when you watched commercials.
yeah.
that's called programming, I guess.
Yeah, amen, amen, my man. We're still talking about it, so they must have done something right, right?
It did.
Right.
So, we were chatting about Spider-Man, like, and you were talking about how his age range was kind of you could really associate that being 15, 16, 17. Some things you experienced, sometimes
Right.
some
And
things
then and
you
then
didn't
as I'm
experience yet.
continuing
You were kind
as
of
I'm
getting into it.
continuing with right, as I'm continuing with the fandom, like Peter Parker kind of grows up with you. And Miles Morales is just freaking
Sure,
amazing, by the way. Like totally. I'm nerding out again and I
likes
apologize.
the arc. No.
I really do.
You're in a room full of nerds, my dude. We're good. Hey.
Right
Luke
on.
and Leia are very excited. They're very excited. I don't
That's
necessarily know
awesome.
what's happening.
Hi
They'll
Luke and
stop barking
Leia.
in a
Shout
second.
out shout out to the Jedi's.
Thank you. Appreciate that, my man.
You bet. You bet.
It's a
I don't give a
so
darn.
it was what's up?
Go
You don't
ahead.
want?
Go ahead.
You don't want? You don't what's going on? Do you
Oh
have
no, I
pets?
don't give a darn. I don't give a darn what they say about Leia now. She's force sensitive enough. She's powerful enough. Just call her a Jedi already, okay?
Listen, and
Like,
even in the this previous one, Rise of Skywalker, they had a very small clip of her and Luke, going at it, and she bested Luke. So Leia's incredible. If you want to take that as canon, it just is what it is. Whether people agree with it or not, that's what they wrote into the story. So yeah, Leia's force
here
sensitive.
we
We
are.
found that out. We had an idea. They already called that out and Empire Strikes Back. They had already kind
Right.
of made a connection to that, saying that there is another. She is force sensitive. So here we are, 30 years later. It's in the story. It's real, man. Leia's force sensitive. She might even be just as strong as Luke, considering they had the same lineage. Very, very important.
Considering that as a young person, I got the opportunity to read a book called Splinter of the Mind's Eye, which was part of the Star Wars extended universe at that point in time. And that's no longer canon after the merger between, all the major guys up there. Disney is doing.
Yeah.
I think they're doing okay work. I mean, like nothing that involved Rey was any worse than the first 3 episodes.
Yeah,
and I'm not sorry.
Take it as it is. If you look at them, yeah, yeah, it is what it is. It's interesting. This is a way that stores and fandoms like that survive. They go through swells, they go through ebbs and flows, they go through characters and ages of great writing and good movies, and characters and aging of not great writing and not great movies, and then it's an opportunity for them to come back. Like watching The Mandalorian, I totally dig it. I think Filoni and Favreau, I think they're going to do a great job. I'm looking forward to how they're going to continue things. It's going to be interesting. But I digress, sir. You are also a musician. Would you be down to jam a song for us?
I could, yeah.
Yes. Hell
Leroy
yeah.
Leroy just got fixed here.
Hello, Leroy.
I had errantly drained the battery out. So hang on just a sec.
It happens. It happens. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are just joining us, we get to watch J.D. Schreiner install a brand new battery into an amazing guitar, which happens. I've left my guitar plugged in before, and there goes that active battery sometimes, or sometimes you're just rocking, you don't change it out for 8 months. You're like, yeah, we're probably done by now. Oh yeah, he's gravy, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only J.D. Schreiner, it's all you, baby. You got it, my man. What is the name of this song you're about to play?
Well, this song is called Storm Clouds.
I like this guy. This is good. Ladies and gentlemen, J.D. Schreiner.
This love is like walking down a stained glass bridge to nowhere. No one to catch you if you fall. The winter storm, it's done and set my world back to a crawl. Who wrote I love you on your wall? Tell me, who's that peeking at your bedroom window? Casting long black shadows across your floor. I can tell by the storm clouds swelling up in your eyes that it's over and you don't love me no more. Some days I wish that I could put on another skin and just pretend I was somebody else for a while. The kind of man who'd still light your soul on fire, make you laugh, make you smile. Tell me, who's that peeking at your bedroom window? Casting long black shadows across your floor. I can tell by the storm clouds swelling up in your eyes that it's over and you don't love me no. Storm clouds are gonna rise and the rain is gonna fall. There are too many people who would claim that it's better to never love at all. Tell me, who's that peeking at your bedroom window? Casting long black shadows across your floor. I can tell by the storm clouds swelling up in your eyes that it's over and you don't love me no more.
Nice, man. Nice.
Damn, can you repeat something for me? One of the very first lines you were talking about a stained
A
glass
stained glass
staircase.
bridge
Is that
to
what you said?
nowhere.
A
Yes, a stained
stained
glass
glass
bridge to
bridge to
nowhere.
nowhere. Man, that's outstanding, my man. You had me with your lyrics in the very beginning. I was like,
Thank you.
that is really awesome, my dude. That was great. I even said to the Commodore in the middle of the song, I'm like, man, you're pulling the heartstrings. Oh, you got to warn
Yeah.
people before you do that.
Yeah.
No warning.
That was outstanding, my dude. There's a lot of heart in that, my dude.
That was good songwriting too, man. I
Yeah,
like
man. Yeah,
Thank
guitar
you.
was groovy, baby. Would you? I wanted to see if you would, JD, if you could rotate the camera toward your left.
Yes,
We're
sir.
getting the shelf in the back, but we have a little bit of you in your glasses. But if you rotate that, there you go.
Hey.
Boom. That's a good look.
How we
Look at
doing?
those glasses.
Hey.
Right. Dude, you have some pretty long hair, JD. How long's your hair?
I haven't really tested it out. I haven't measured it, but it's been growing.
There it is.
I hacked
It's longer
I
than
hacked it
mine.
off a
There it
bunch.
is. You and I have to ask JD. I think I excitedly interrupted you earlier. You had mentioned that you are partially blind. Is that what you had mentioned before?
Yes, yes,
I
I
wanted
am.
to I wanted to make sure that I understood. I understood. What's how can you would you mind talking about that a little bit and your experience with that?
Well, there was a trampoline and an accident, and then as it turned out, my family has an inherent connective tissue disorder called Stickler Syndrome. And so, we work with it. We just keep on keeping on,
Yeah, like still
Okay.
killing it, dude. Writing songs like
Okay.
SoundCloud. That was playing and writing stuff like Storm Clouds and having those kind of lyrics and connective, I guess, creativity. That's outstanding, my dude. So you're keeping on is keeping other people being able to keep on too. Like
I
that's
hope so. That's the goal. That
yeah. I
really
mean,
is the goal.
I'm one of them. So yeah.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
it's
you, man.
working,
Air
man.
dap.
And
Hey, quarantine
oh,
fist bump,
Boom,
everybody.
boom, boom.
Boom.
quarantine fist bump. Oh,
I wish I could reach the
JD.
camera.
We've had the show for a while. I think this is our very first quarantine fist bump by JD Schreiner, bringing it in, creating history.
There we are.
I like it, my man. That's awesome, my dude. How did you? And I got to say, how long have you been writing music? You've been playing guitar since you were 19. How old were you when you wrote your song?
Oh gosh, I was probably spitballing ideas for as many years as I could utter words. I feel like I was singing and trying to figure out there would be these melodies and these sounds that would come to my mind, and I would just have to put them someplace.
So you put them in a song, and you had that song to.
Nice, man.
I've thrown away more songs than I probably remember, and that's just the way of it.
Yeah, everybody's got their own method.
Yeah.
Everybody writes differently, they create differently, they keep certain things, they throw things away. Some people will ball it up and get rid of it and move on to a brand new idea. Some people keep every shred of everything they've ever written.
And I really
it's
I
always very
wanted to say, I'm going to excitedly interrupt the both of you here because I want to say that I really enjoy your guitar playing, you guys.
awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my dude.
You're welcome.
I'm okay. This guy makes me sound way better. So it's he's yeah. Yeah.
Whatever the song
Every
is,
musician
I
that
get
I
it.
have ever worked with in any capacity, ultimately, they made me choose better. They made me listen harder.
For sure. For sure. I think that's I think that's an opportunity that we all have when we play with different people in regards to not only music but in any type of sport as well. Really anything
Right.
if you do it with your peers and they're they may have different characteristics, different knowledge, different know-how. Maybe they are more seasoned than you, maybe they're not. They say no master is truly a master until they have an apprentice. And I think that's really important. Like, you may have the title of master, but until you've actually taught somebody and you've tried to help them elevate to that same knowledge base, being able to teach it is a completely different aspect.
I can totally relate to that. And I when I was in the restaurant, you learn a job and then like you're like, oh, I can do this, no problem. Like by the books all the way. And then you have to train someone, and then you're like, oh, tighten
Yep.
up,
Yeah.
tighten it up,
Tighten it up, bro. Tighten it up, and your methods
You know,
may
when we learn
adjust a
when we
little
learn a
bit.
method, and we feel like we've perfected it, then oftentimes we'll develop our own subconscious little jargon for everything. And then when you
Mhm.
try to teach someone who is, shall we say, less initiated than yourself, then you encounter a brand new set of neurosynaptical interfaces to overcome. You have a brand new person, a brand new body, a brand new method of movement and understanding. And that's where the challenge comes in of teaching. If you're willing to teach, you better
I
be
like
willing
this
to
guy.
learn.
Oh yeah, man. Ooh, not ooh. If you're, I gotta write that down. If you're willing to teach, you better be willing to learn.
Yeah, I
I
think
like
that
that.
I think that dichotomy has to exist for either one of them to truly be like successfully appreciated.
Nope,
That's
nope.
and I gotta say, somebody had said, somebody had something, they put a quota, or they put a comment up here, that said there's tons of talent in this feed. And JD, yes,
Thank you.
you are in the group with a bunch of very creative nerds, my man. So
Awesome.
these are your people. To go
Hooray!
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. To go through it. Nori's Sam. I believe he's 10 years old. Fantastic musician. Really great. He's got a lot. He's already incredible, and I can't wait to see him evolve as a young man into a an adult professional and see what he's going to do with his life. Like, so cool. That's just the first person that I'm seeing right in the chat. Shelley Wheeler and Jen Hogan. We probably wouldn't be having this conversation if it wasn't for those two.
Oh yeah,
Shelley and Jen
Jen has
have
been
been
great
incredible.
too. Like Jen has been like uh I can't respond to that. I will respond to you later, dear. I just got a message from a
Nice, man. No,
well, I
I
just
appreciate it.
just just got a message from a lovely woman, and I need to respond to that later though.
I like him. He's all right. A
Yeah,
lovely
yeah.
woman. Well done, sir. Well done, man. That's and to kind of add to that, JD. There's not only a lot of creative people in here, but we really try to have people that are super passionate as our guests, because I think that's one of our favorite things to do, is to share time and hear stories that are just passionate about whatever. Like, you don't have to be passionate about a specific thing. And some people say, well, my passion isn't music or food. Like, how can I even be a part of that show? I'm like, dude, we're just
Didn't you
passionate
have an
about something.
author? Didn't you have an author a while back? Did you not have an author? Now I can't recall the name, but did you not have an author on here?
Yeah, yeah, we've had a couple. We've had Dan Fox as
Okay,
an author. We've
okay.
had
Dan
Garrett.
Fox.
We've
Yeah,
had
that's
GW
right.
Pomature.
G-Dub.
He's been a guest on our show as well. He's an author. We have a couple really incredible people that we've met that are just in some aspect of passion, creativity. They've created something and they're passionate about it, whether it be a music, a book, a company, whatever it is. And you're kind of a double-edged sword, because you bring not only a passion and expression through music, but you bring passion and expression through artwork. And we're looking at some of your art. Where's the best place for somebody to go if they wanted to see some of the artwork that you've created? Do you have a specific social media
Well,
platform that you prefer?
if you go to Facebook, there is a My Art folder that is public access. And you just go to JD Schreiner on Facebook and look in the folder. If you see something you like, give it a like. And if it's already sold by the time you want to talk about it, I mean, I can always make you something even more custom and more personal. Because the nice thing about this is that
That's so
the
cool.
longer that I pursue it, and the more I learn about how each individual tool that I'm putting towards these creations, as I learn more about it, it's going to progress in new and exciting ways. Um, it's
I
nothing
like
for me
this
to
guy.
put a small piece together now. And
Oh,
even to build a model car when I was a young person was really just, God, that was taxing. And now I look at when
I like the fact that he's taking
when I'm
commissions.
art, when I'm making art, I might be painting a painting, but I'm really building a model of something.
Sure. That's a good way to look at it.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
interesting.
And then
That's an interesting perspective.
with songwriting, I've always felt like if I'm writing a song, I might write an essay. And how would I write an
Sure.
essay? My thesis statement should be the hook, because that's what I want everybody to remember. The purpose of this song is to rock your world, baby. You know, like that's a good hook right there.
Exactly.
In some way, shape, or form, the purpose of the song is to rock your world, baby. Like in
Absolutely.
some way, you know, like and you can rock somebody's world in so many different ways with music.
Oh yeah.
You know, like
Absolutely.
it's so interesting. And a good friend said to me a long time ago, he goes, "It's incredible how music can inspire somebody to feel a certain energy, and not only feel the energy, but then express it in different forms." And I said, "Talk about that." He goes, if I get on campus and I'm listening to slow, you know, guitar, singer, songwriter music, when I get to school, I feel completely different. He's like, if I put on the radio and I put some metal on there, some really heavy rock, I'm just like so pumped when I get to school. I'm like,
Music physically changes you. It
yeah.
changes your
Yep.
mood. It changes you're like you can change your mood just by the choice of your song. I love that.
Right.
Yeah, it's so how it can inspire people to feel, and when we're talking about music, we're talking about expression of art, and then I think some artwork does something similar to people when they look at a piece of artwork and they can like let go and they can fall into it and they can be moved
Oh, to
piece because
be
this
moved.
artwork to be moved, you know, like oh man, that's it
The
right there.
purpose of us being here is to feel and to just, I mean, I look at what songwriters, artists, authors, what the creative among us do as we're conscious pieces of the universe, you know, God, if you will. You know, I was raised, you know, in kind of a Christian environment, and you know, I aspire to live by certain principles. And, you know, I believe that Jesus was a radical, and I can dig that. But you know, to
It seems like you would.
basically,
It seems like you would dig a radical dude.
if we're here and we can write something down, if we can document it, then what we are doing is we're ensuring that there is art and literature and music for people hundreds of thousands of years from now. And what if we're not the person on the radio, but there isn't a radio for a while and they only have the equivalency of cave drawings? What if we're not on the internet now, but they only have the equivalency of a stone tablet? Well, I think as artists
Sure.
of all kinds, as creative innovators, we are a piece of God. And with our art, we don't just report our feelings back to everyone, we report them directly to God. My grandmother used to say, he who sings once prays twice.
I've heard that before. I've heard that before. You know, my upbringing element of religion, and when you sing, you pray twice. Is the way
Yep,
I've always heard that. You know,
that's
and
awesome.
I always thought that was really interesting, because I think for those people that believe that have some sort of idea that there is a deity out there that they can say thank you in a specific way, to be able to
Right.
sing. Compared to spoken word is powerful and it is moving, but singing is a completely different elemental level in my opinion, and it takes the rejoice, it takes the thanks and brings it to a completely different level. And that's why
Doesn't
I'm so moved
singing
when I hear
require a
groups
different
of people
portion
sing
of,
together.
I feel like I've heard that singing requires a different portion of the brain than speech.
I would imagine it might be a combination of things. You know, I'm not necessarily sure. I need to watch more episodes of
I don't
JD to
know.
be completely honest with you.
I don't know. I'm kind of interested now.
Yeah,
That's an
it's
I
interesting
knew a
question.
young
Yeah.
man with a severe stutter named Jacob Alvey, and he was one of the best bass level singers in our choir as far as I was concerned growing up in high school. So, I mean,
well,
there's that.
part of a choir as well. That's awesome. How
Who
long
was?
did you? How long did you? How you were and the Great Commodore. The
Oh
Great
yeah,
Commodore was part of a choir when he was growing up as well.
Yeah.
dude.
You guys are both choir dudes. You know,
Yeah, I only did choir because I think I
was
had
it for a
to.
girl?
I think I had to
Okay.
in middle school. It was
Right.
I don't know. I was forced. I like to sing. It was all right. It wasn't what I wanted to do though. I wanted to play trumpet. I
And
played
yes,
trumpet for
oh,
10
and
years.
there's a comment here I see. Do you paint with acrylics? Often I do, yes.
Awesome.
I often
Awesome.
do.
Awesome. That was from Jen Hogan. She
I
was
know.
and so what okay, cool. What specific things do you paint with? Do you just paint with acrylics? Do you paint with what else do you use? I'm interested 'cause there's so many different things.
I've used some watercolors. Tried to use some oil paints. I don't think I have any examples of the oil paint based stuff that I have because those were Mother's Day gifts. I was really
Nice.
just starting.
Such a
Uh,
sweet guy. You're a sweet guy. I like you. You're just a good dude, man. Seems like
Thank
a
you.
very, very good dude. That was and I gotta say, would you be? I know you rock some storm clouds. Would you be willing to play another jam for us?
I could, yeah.
Yeah, man, dude. I mean, this guy's incredible. The more screen time he's got, the better, because he's way better looking than we are. We're a bunch of bums.
Oh,
Ladies and
stop that.
gentlemen, the one, the only, J.D. Schreiner. What is the name of this one, my
This one's
man?
called Hungry Dog, and it is dedicated to the late Paul Regberg, who grew up with my father, and the both of those men were just in pardon the pun, they were instrumental in creating me as a musician. They were the guitar players that I had immediate access to. I didn't even have to turn
Wow,
on the television some days. There were guitar players right there.
how awesome is
And
that?
so this is
Nice.
called
Ladies,
Hungry Dog because it contains a lyric that he wanted me to write down. And we were kind of back and forth with it a little bit. And then he said, "This really sounds like a blues song. I want you to make it a blues song." Now,
oh snap,
by
baby.
this point in time, we'd already realized that the cancer was starting to spread, and Uncle Paul wasn't long for our world.
Gotcha.
So, you know, comic book nerd, kind of an anime guy, kind of an all-around science fiction type of person. That's what entertains me. And here I am, faced with a person who got my dad started on the guitar, and then subsequently passed that down to me, and encouraged me throughout my adult life to continue to pursue the music and to continue to be passionate about it. So, like I say, Hungry Dog contains a lyric that he actually penned. So I think it's as good a time as any to play that for you guys.
Heck yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is J.D. Schreiner playing Hungry Dog, baby. Here we go.
I'm a hungry dog, baby, yeah, and I'm gonna hunt all night long. I'm a hungry dog, baby, yeah, and I'm gonna hunt all night long. Yeah, that two-timing woman, she done went and done me wrong. I'm so tired of chasing rainbows. It seems like Lady Luck done left my side. I'm so tired of chasing rainbows, and it seems like Lady Luck left my side. Ooh, ooh, my dreams are dead and buried in the cemetery. He made it alive. Let's take a walk now. I'm a hungry dog, baby. Ooh, and I'm gonna howl at the moon. I'm a hungry dog, baby. Yeah, and I'm gonna Ooh, some love is a flash in the pan. It's just bang, boom, it's done and it's over with too soon. I'm a hungry dog, baby, and I'm gonna hold on and on.
Damn. Super groovy, baby. Oh man, he even had a little bit of that slot pop in there
I
as well. I
like
was like,
it.
ooh, yeah.
Groovy, man.
He even hit us with a ooh.
Yeah. I bet it's easy to get lost in that song. Just
boom, 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 boom,
just
boom,
going,
boom,
baby.
boom.
That's good.
I'm playing like air bass the whole time. I'm like, boom, boom, boom.
I couldn't stop doing
So
this.
groovy, yeah.
I couldn't.
Ooh, ooh,
I think that's why he put
You
us.
guys
He
are-
put us.
yeah.
we were just,
Boom, 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 boom,
anyway.
boom. Boom,
Very
boom,
good,
boom.
man.
You guys
That
are
was
too
super
much. You
groovy,
guys
my
are
dude.
too
Thank
much.
you so much, man.
That's
Damn,
awesome.
that was badass. JD Schreiner, thank you so much for joining us tonight, man. We really appreciate your
Thank
time
you for
and your
having me, guys.
insights, sir. It's been
Oh,
a pleasure hearing your ideas and your thoughts and your creative mind and the things that you. I was actually thinking at one point when he was talking, I was like, I kind of want to give JD Schreiner like 30 seconds to just share with the people whatever he believes they need to hear right now. You know, like he's an
Yeah.
extremely insightful person. Would you be down for that, JD Schreiner? We'll give you you can have the whole thing and just speak about 30 seconds. You know,
I could get to showing you some of my art.
I love this guy. Heck yeah,
Let's
man.
do it.
That would be outstanding. You know, what do you have a couple pieces that you could that you already have lined up? One you could explain for us?
Yes, I do actually.
Heck
Let
yeah,
me get
man.
this
Good guy.
together here.
Ladies and gentlemen, JD Schreiner, kicking it, man. A man of many talents. We're leaving one art studio. We're going to another art studio that you're getting ready to see a completely different side of JD Schreiner.
Stand by.
And we're here. Welcome.
Art studio.
It was very fast. It was very fast. Man, I like he's grooving, baby, grooving. Uh-oh.
I love it. You guys are still grooving, right?
Yeah,
And
I
here,
saw
we'll
this on
do-
the internet that you're about to show me. It's really cool. I like this piece. This is a cool picture. I'm so glad he chose this one. It's really
All right,
cool.
we're going to shed a little bit more light on the situation here. So,
Shed some light on the situation, baby. Yeah.
so this is
So
called
tell us
Empty
about this, my dude.
Promises. This is called Empty Promises. Okay. Now, the lady in the picture, she's kind of glowy, just a little bit. She's kind of like got all kinds of little splatters of color in there. And because she's not just my mother or your mother, she's everybody's mother. There she is in all of her glory, being somebody's mother, everybody's mother, anybody's mother. She's whoever's mother you need her to be to make this next part like really resonate with you. So this is all acrylic on some pretty sturdy paper that we got glued to canvas, and I used some oil paint to actually glue that onto the canvas back there, because I've noticed that oil paint dries pretty quickly. So over here we have I Promise, and parts of these are from newspaper clippings. I won't tell you what they originally said. I won't tell you where they're originally from. You can infer what you will. But these promises, if you notice all of these hot colors back here, your reds and all your gradients, you got whites, you got smoke and fire coming out of here. Because down here is a dumpster.
Okay.
Our mother is basking in the dumpster fire of humanity's empty promises.
Deep. Wow. There was a lot in that painting. That
Wow.
was nice.
See, it's not just, and I mean, I'm not, I'm still kind of amazed, but I'm not surprised because his music had that same kind of like depth and soul and explanation and distance and, you
He's
know,
very articulate.
different layers of thought and emotion.
You're very articulate, JD.
Well,
I love
thank
that.
you.
Dude, I need to ask this question. Where can I buy Hungry Dog? Because I need to listen to that again. Sorry, it was fantastic. Like, where can I get?
I think. Oh gosh, I don't even think I have that on a deal yet. I need to just. I think I just need to get
What the
together
heck,
with some people and.
JD?
Yeah, I need to get together with some people and cut an album. It sounds like.
No!
Is there a video of you on Facebook of you doing that song? Because I see a lot of videos here, and a lot of them are
Probably.
like a couple minutes, 4 minutes. Is there one?
Yeah,
on here?
there's a chance you'll see one iteration of that.
Holy crap, dude! You got a lot of videos.
Well, back when Potbelly, the sandwich shop, are you guys are from south of me. Are you familiar with the chain restaurant Potbelly? No?
Pot
Okay. Well,
I'm
there's
not familiar with
No,
that.
no.
what they would do is they
Good
would
sandwiches,
actually
though.
they did have good sandwiches. Ours closed.
good.
They employed musicians as part of their staff. Like you were on staff there.
Okay.
And so, in order
Interesting.
to encourage people to come down to the restaurant, I would get on and I would do a live feed. So, a lot of the earlier the live feed is, the more likely it was me trying to get people down to the restaurant and performing for them. So
Okay.
this was a few years back. This was like 2018. So, I mean, really before a lot of people's live broadcasts from like Facebook and stuff like that. I feel like musicians hadn't really taken on that. Well, I'm going to go live for an hour or two and I'm going to be like on an ad campaign for this bar, or this restaurant, or wherever I'm playing from. I really feel like that was one of those light bulbs that went off in my head that said, hey, do this. Have a live broadcast from the restaurant you're playing at.
Yeah.
And a lot of
Hell yeah.
people, a lot of people at individual bar gigs would do this. But I mean, I'm talking like I was doing these shows like twice a week.
And you're right.
And
Not
working.
not a lot of people were utilizing Facebook Live, which was crazy to us. Like,
Yeah, it was just
and it wasn't until it hasn't really been until recently where like everyone's kind of utilizing it as much as they should be.
yeah, it's
I
been
mean,
really kind of interesting to see this incredible way that we've been able to find that people that we've been able to create ways to share passion and expression and artwork, you know, with different people and different mediums from all over the world. You know, right
oh
here,
yeah, that's
right
so
here,
cool.
and part of our part of our cool group we're so blessed to have
COVID
people from
concert
all
series.
over the world,
COVID
which is
concert
crazy.
series was one of those outlets, and I still will periodically do a live feed on there. I haven't for a while because I'd been just really honing in on the art, and so music was taking a bit of a back seat there for a little while, just so I could get better. At the 30 seconds to Schreiner. Thank you, Shelley. I appreciate you.
I'm saying I think it would be a fantastic idea. Like I think this guy's got he's got a lot of really motivational content. You know,
Yeah.
comment energy overall. You know,
Yeah.
super. It would be cool to just hang out with JD one night, just sit around the fire and just
Just
talk.
do like a
Or
like a little
you know what,
podcast
we
kind
could
of
find a
thing.
way. You know what, when this COVID thing comes to an end, why don't you guys come down and play in my kitchen?
That's what I'm talking about. Have you ever?
I like where your head's at,
You're
bro.
in
That's
Topeka,
not
Kansas,
bad.
right? Is that where you're at, Topeka?
I am in Lawrence, Kansas. I was born and raised in Topeka, but I reside here in Lawrence.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So, but you're still in Kansas.
Yes, I am.
The second reason I would want to do that and crash that kitchen, not only would number one be it would be so freaking cool to hang out with JD Schreiner and crash the kitchen, but number two would be when we leave Kansas to go back to Florida, I get to say to the Commodore, not in Kansas anymore. I'm so excited to be able to do that. I know, whatever, it's crazy. Call me out on it. I don't care. It's fantastic. Like, I've always wanted to say
Okay.
that.
Wow. All right. All right. Fair enough.
It's only
Fair
a
enough.
19-hour drive.
It's not 19 hours. That's not
That's
bad.
not bad. We can do that in a day. We'll
That's
take
not bad.
shifts.
Yeah, we
You
can
know,
knock that out,
what
man.
would be,
I mean, we can
you know
fly.
what would be really fun is if you guys could get like, if you guys got it together to where you guys had like a full on tour. We get Guy Ferrigny from
Yep.
Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives. We get him on board with it, man. We
That's a fantastic idea.
I need to say two things. He's talking Guy Fieri, and my mom,
Mhm.
when we first got started, she sent him a friend request like on our, she's like, hey, I sent Guy Fieri a friend request. I think the two of
Yes.
you guys would really get along. So I think that's so cool.
Yes.
Not only did you bring that up, that was actually fantastic, man. And number two, we did. Now I don't know if they were the Britannica ones because my mom was in here. She might still be in here, and she corrected me. We did have an incredible collection of encyclopedias. The clarifying question that
Oh,
I have is I don't know if it was Encyclopedia Britannica, but we did have. She's right, and I
My
remember
family
those.
also had a set of
I remember
encyclopedias.
those.
They were not the Britannica.
I don't think they were the
Britannica
Britannica
was
ones.
like we were
Do you
we were
think they
not.
just had the best
Hmm.
marketing? Do you think it was like they were
probably.
just
I
the
think they probably had the best pyramid scam.
yeah?
You know, they had people
They're like,
selling those
hey,
things door to door. I
that's
mean, that's
oh
how.
man,
No, I'm kind of
that's
glad I didn't buy any. Yep.
hungry dog.
Yeah.
Still in my head, but that's and I think you're probably right. When it came to that, I think it was and it might be a combination of both. They had really good marketing, they had great advertisements and commercials because we remember them, and they probably had a fantastic pyramid scam. I mean, I have no idea. That's just complete theory. JD, myself, and the are literally just making this up. We don't speak from
Right.
actual evidence. We're just
Yeah. We're just.
hypothesizing, if you will.
Yes, it's a hypothesis
Exactly.
that doesn't even include an if-then statement. But I mean, we're going to call it a
No if then
hypothesis, right?
statement. Yeah, we're not even
Yep.
there yet.
Nope.
It's like it's not even a
Right.
hypothesis yet.
We're
So
actually just observing. We're actually just observing. We're at the stage of observing the phenomenon still. We're still not
pure
sure
conjecture.
exactly. Okay.
We're not even talking about it. My jaw is still
Just
on the floor.
yeah, we're just absolutely just completely different.
Wow.
He's like, whoa, my God. I don't even want to say it again because then we have to go through the entire disclaimer.
The scientific method. Yeah, we don't want the disclaimer. We don't want the scientific method. We don't want to violate HIPAA. I mean, what are we doing here?
Exactly.
Definitely don't want to violate HIPAA or OSHA. Don't want to upset OSHA. Like, no, we don't want any. I don't want any problems with any of the us. No OSHA, no HIPAA, nothing like that. Like, we're just JD and the Killers we're just chatting, man. We're just making it all up as we go along.
Just throwing
Yeah,
spitballing.
just spitballing. It's just groovy, baby. We're chilling.
just talking.
Nothing like that. It's like it's like there's
talking,
there's a black bag group of like Encyclopedia Britannica, like a like a hit mob. Like if you say something bad about Britannica, how
Oh my
dare you?
God.
And they show up. Next thing you know, somebody just disappears, bro.
The next thing you know, you're getting bludgeoned. You're getting bludgeoned in the head with a burlap sack full of Encyclopedia Britannicas.
Full of
Full of them.
encyclopedias.
Oh my God.
This is a full set. You said it didn't hit hard. How about this?
How do you like this hit?
Oh man. How do you like this?
Are you learning something?
Are you learning something? Throw the book at him. It's just
Through
incredible.
osmosis. That's learning through aggressive osmosis.
Yeah, it's aggressive osmosis right there. Absolutely.
It is a way.
Absolutely. I saw an animated GIF the other day of a young student who was in class and he had a book on his desk and he looked to be about, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years old, and he had the book on his desk and he was just open and he was reaching down with his hands as if he was scooping the information from the book and bringing it to his forehead. So he was just sitting there while all the other kids were reading and they're going through the pages. He's just scooping up the knowledge and bringing it to his mind.
I've never tried that.
And I was like, this
It seems so much easier.
I was like,
How
man,
long
this.
do you have to do that to get the whole book?
I don't know. The GIF was only like 7 seconds long. I'm not sure, and I don't necessarily know. But I thought that was very
So
interesting.
7
On the
seconds.
opposite side, you get jumped in a dark alley by a gang of people carrying bags of Encyclopedia Britannica to introduce you to the information through aggressive osmosis. That's
And if
pretty
you
I like
learn,
the
and
less.
if you
I like
learn, and if you
the
learn
less
nothing
aggressive
from
one.
the, and if you learn nothing from the aggressive osmosis of the Encyclopedia Britannica, I need you to
Uh-oh.
understand that you don't mess with the Encyclopedia Britannica like that anymore, or you're going to learn through some
Tell your
aggressive
friends.
osmosis. Tell your friends, tell your friends, tell your friends, friends, friends.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody you've ever met and everybody you ever care about. Don't ever talk bad about Encyclopedia Britannica. You will see us again. That's it. That's the rules. We don't make the rules. We just follow them. We'll show up. You don't want that. Next time, they're going to be
Next
dipped in
time.
bronze.
You better not.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
better not make
whoa.
there a next time.
Yeah, we're going to dip them
Wait a
in bronze. Don't
second,
make
but
me come back.
how do I read them? How do
Don't
I
make me
read
come
them
back.
if they're dipped in bronze, though? How do I read them if
That's
they're dipped
really,
in bronze?
really aggressive osmosis. Like
Oh,
super,
shoot.
super impactful.
I gotta break them over your head.
I gotta break the bronze over your head. Whoever's swinging bags of bronze Encyclopedia Britannica is very strong.
Yeah.
Like, they're
Right, right.
incredibly strong. Oh man, JD Schreiner, thank you so much for joining us, man. Thank you for showing us some artwork that was super cool. I love the expression, but we got two songs. A Hungry Dog still in my mind.
Yeah.
Still in my mind with some Hungry Dog, baby.
Glad we asked for that second
That
song,
was super
man.
groovy,
Great
dude.
job on both of them.
And
yeah.
not only
Thank
that,
you.
but to introduce us to some fantastic music, had some really really good conversation, really good chat. And I will say this: it is kind of trending in the thread that people are asking for 30 seconds of Schreiner. So would you be down to give the people 30 seconds of Schreiner and lay on some love?
I suppose I could if the audience implores, then we'll do that. All right.
Ladies and
Um,
gentlemen, I believe they're imploring. Yeah. You've been implored, sir. Ladies and gentlemen,
all
30
right.
seconds of Schreiner, episode 1, scene 1.
All right. So 30 seconds of me. This was a totally unprepared thing for me to do. Love yourself enough to do what's right for yourself. Always. Okay. I know that that might be counterintuitive to what you've been taught. But if being a good person and standing up for what's right, if that feeds your soul, honor that. Love yourself enough to honor who you are. Stand up for what you believe in and just really be safe out there. And there's plenty of people that will talk you down and talk others down. Don't be that person. For the lack in some people's hearts and minds of a loving, benevolent God, be a loving, benevolent person as much as you can and as often as you can. That's how we change the world. That's all I got.
Bro.
Excellent.
I love the fact that he wasn't prepared at all. He's like, I had no idea this was even gonna happen. We're gonna rock and roll, baby.
Yep. Welcome to my world.
We're gonna we're gonna rock and roll, baby.
That was very well said, sir. Thank you for doing that.
That
Thank
was
you so
awesome,
much.
JD. Thank you very much. I was
It's
actually
all you
thinking when he was
guys.
doing this. I'm like 30. I'm like, man, 30 seconds to Shriner. Like that would be cool to have you on again sometimes to get sometime if you would be willing to join us. Every now and then for just pop in. We know you got a lot going on, but if you have 30 seconds to spare, pop in, do a little 30 seconds of Shriner. Give some people some knowledge, some love, some insight, some motivation.
And
I
you
thought
can
that
be
was fantastic.
and you can be prepared that time.
Yeah, and you can be
That would be
prepared.
wonderful.
I kind of
That would be
like that he
wonderful.
wasn't prepared. That was really good, but I'm really interested to see what he could come up with
Yeah.
if we were like, hey man, would you join us, in 2 weeks, pop back on for 30 seconds of Shriner. What can you share with people? Would you be down for that, JD? Because you're incredibly insightful, and I think
I
our
would be
entire
down.
community's
I would
fallen
be
in love with you.
down. I would be down to help out whenever or whatever. Just it'd be fun.
I like this guy.
we'll reach out.
That's awesome, my man. JD, thank you so much for joining us tonight, man. We really, really appreciate you just hanging out and sharing with us all of your different art and all of your different stories, so much of your background. It was interesting because when Jen had reached out and she was kind of talking about, JD Schreiner. I was like, okay, well, let's check out JD Schreiner. You just looked like an incredibly interesting individual, and you already had me in the very beginning. I'm like, I don't know how this interview is going to go, but he seems interesting. So let's find out. And I will say, you were extremely incredible, my man. You were
Thank
not
you.
only interesting, but inspirational, motivational, captivating, if you will. And bro, hungry dog. I'm just saying, I need some hungry
Right on.
dog. Like, gotta get some hungry dog.
Recording.
Man, if I can get if I can get a version of that from you, I can lay some bass tracks down if you're okay with it, because that would be super super cool, and I would love to pop a little low end on that, man. And then I'll pass it back over to you if you have somebody that wants to put some guitar or drums on it. Send it to them. They can add some drums in it, as long as we get those BPMs, baby. Next thing you know, you got your song. There you go, a full band from people in different states. Here you go. Bow, 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 bow,
Love
bow.
it.
That's
That's a
Let's make
thing.
it
that's how
happen.
Postal Service came up with their name. You remember the group Postal Service?
I do.
That's how they came up with their name. That's where that came from.
Huh.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Like,
That is pretty
we
cool.
totally down for that, especially with the feat of technology, such
Yeah.
as high-speed
Right.
internet, which I love.
Oh yeah, it's definitely great.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. JD, thanks so much for joining us, dude. We would love to have you back. I'm excited. Well, I'll probably have Jen reach out to you soon if that's okay. Just with a
That would be
follow-up email,
great.
make sure everything was groovy, baby. And then if we could schedule another time, maybe a couple weeks that you'd want to join us for 30 seconds of Shriner, I think that would be super
Fair
cool,
enough.
man. That would be fantastic and awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for my man JD Shriner. Absolutely killed it, bro. Thank you so much, man, for joining
Thank you
us.
so
Really,
much
really
for having
appreciate
me,
your time.
guys. Thank you.
Dude, that was awesome, my man. You have a good night. Stay in trouble. We will talk to you soon, okay, my brother?
Sounds good. God bless, guys.
Awesome.
Later, bud.
I love this guy. Fantastic.
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 What a great show.
What a motivational
It was
dude.
fun.
That was super cool, man. Good. I just you get those waves of like gratefulness where you're like, man, I'm really happy to be. I'm really lucky, very fortunate.
Yeah.
To like
Yeah.
so many cool people. Just hanging out in the chat and just kind of chilling and taking it easy and rocking and rolling. Lynn Floyd says Kevin B. Blood could do the drums. Oh
That is a fact.
yeah,
He
man.
can play
I bet
drums.
Kevin B. Blood can get groovy. And and if he can feel that groove, baby, feel that pop, feel that boom.
I wanna
da,
do
boom,
something
boom,
too.
boom, boom, boom,
I'll write
boom.
a
Put some
harmony.
guitar onto it,
I'll
put
write
some
a
vocal
harmony.
harmonies
No,
to
he's
it.
got the guitar.
He's groovy, bro.
He's got the guitar.
So cool.
man.
I'll add in the bass. You do the
I'll
harmonies.
do
Kevin
some
B. Blood will put in
harmonies.
some drums.
I like
Boom,
I think it's
boom,
fun
boom, boom,
every
boom,
once in a
boom,
while
boom, boom,
to
boom,
sing a
boom.
song and not play guitar. Like
Yeah. Sure.
not be the I don't know, I'm not like the lead song, like just
It's
like
okay,
sing
man.
harmonies and stuff.
It's okay. You have a fantastic voice. And like perfect,
I don't wanna do that.
like Smile My Love.
Exactly.
Yeah, you say
Exactly.
that during the show. You're like, man, the cool thing is like I get to put down the guitar and just sing.
It's so like
Yeah.
you know what it feels like.
Yeah.
But I like play every song.
Yeah. Well, there was a time in so many different projects and years and projects that I would have been a part of. I've always for 20 years I've always wanted I've hoped to get to the opportunity where I would be able to focus on just the singing.
Yeah.
While somebody else played the guitar, and like we got to do that, which I'm like, wow, awesome. Like just keep up. It may take 20 years, but you'll get there. It may take 2 months. Who knows, man? Just do it. It's a
Yeah, it may not take 20
yeah,
years.
it may not. I just took it from me.
That's a good point.
And that's
a good
just
point.
one thing. There's some other things. Who knows? When people are always like, "Hey, man, how'd you guys come up with KitchenKillaz?" I'm like, "Oh, I have no idea. We just made it up as we went along." The community kind of created it.
When people ask that question, it sounds like they're asking it from the perspective of like it all happened at once. Like we came up with this
Or we
idea.
designed it. We like
we
sat down. We were
thought
like,
about
"Hey,
it and
this is what we're
designed
gonna
this
do."
idea and then
Right.
came up with it and then did it. Like we came up with a business plan and then like
Yeah.
I need this and I need this and then we did it and no, that did not happen.
We had the website before we had anything.
That did not happen at all.
I was like, yeah. So Nori said Sam could do drums, guitar, piano, ukulele, or he could sing. Oh, some ukulele would be super groovy to it. Or maybe some piano. Get some piano in there. Boom, da boom, ba boom, 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 boom. Nori, yeah.
That's
Nori,
something I
ask
would
Sam if
like
he would be
to.
down for some piano.
I would like to have in the house
Yeah,
one
a
day.
piano.
A piano.
My parents have a small
stand-up,
one.
a stand-up piano.
We
Is
have
it
a stand-up piano. I believe so. They
I
might.
think that would be nice.
It might still be in the house because they asked me if I want it, but we didn't have a place to put it. And this before I knew we were buying this house. Like before I knew that, I didn't know
Are
that.
you serious?
They had a piano. I think they
Mama
left
Floyd,
it in
are you
the
still
house.
in here? What's
I think,
happening right now?
I think they left it at the old house. We might be able to get in touch with the owners and be like, hey, because they didn't have anything they could do with it. And I don't believe they moved it. I don't know. We might be able to get a hold of that.
Let's see
We
what
lived in the
happens
house for
there.
like 30 plus years.
Yo, if that piano ends up in this house, we'll play easy again. Is that a deal?
Yep, I heard it. You
Everybody
heard it
It's
too. You
on.
heard
It's
it
on.
too.
It's permanent.
So Lynn said no, we had to leave it at the old house. Okay, so Lynn, I know one of the relatives of the people. I think I know the cousin or the uncle of the person that lives in that house now. They actually messaged me uh, about a month after they went to visit him for their housewarming party. They sent me a picture and they said, they were like, hey man, isn't this your old house? And I was like, it is. Why? Hey, how are you? 20 years later, he's like, bro, I just went to a housewarming party and it was at this house. And I said, yeah, that was my parents' old house. They just sold it. He's like, bro, my nephew just bought it. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. I'm gonna get in touch with him and be like, hey, is it possible to get that piano? I'm gonna find out. We're gonna make this happen. It's gonna
might get a piano.
So let's
see what happens.
I gotta say, let's.
Shelly's excited. She heard me say easy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Shelly, I got your message as well. Me too. We should do that all together. That would be absolutely incredible. So I have to roll through this real quick because it's fantastic. And a huge shout out to Shelly. She created an incredible wrap up. Even from 3,000 miles away, she still saves the day. Oh, that rhymed. So let's go through the wrap up, everybody. Welcome to Monday night. My name is Billy Floyd, and that is
Commodore.
We hung out with JD Schreiner. I was just completely captivated by this dude, and I blinked my eyes, and we're an hour into
Holy crap!
the show.
I just looked at the time.
So cool, man. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. We most certainly appreciate it. Check out JD Schreiner. I'm going to say it. Check out Hungry Dog. And right now we're literally getting ready to produce an international full band version of Hungry Dog from all over the world, which is super cool. It's happening right now. You heard it, you saw it. You're going to hear it one day. It's going to be fantastic. Yep. And we might get a stand-up piano because I'm going to get in touch with I forget who and have him get in touch with I also forget who and see if we can get it. But it's going to happen.
We're going to figure all that out.
So last Monday, we had Los Pingos. Los Pingos were from Argentina. Adrian and Jose, Coco and Laucha. So cool, man.
Laucha.
And these guys were super groovy, baby. They were live from their boat, the Hummingbird, which was super cool. Also the name of the boat. And it's the name of their next album.
It's the name of their new album.
Yeah.
That's right.
In LA, Playing for Change is what they've been a part of for 4 years. They've been touring all over the world. As part of Playing for Change. You guys got to check out Playing for Change. If I went into them right now, it'd be a 2-hour show. Just Google it. You're welcome. And then they also played El Poeta, or The Poet, the Cumbia. And Cumbia off their album California. That whole album was awesome. That California album with Cumbia and El Poeta was fantastic. That was really, really good, man. Los Pingos, you guys got to check them out. They showed up in LA one day 19 years ago, 2001. They went on a talent competition that had Ed McMahon. It was not Star Search. They won it big time. You can also find them on IMDb. There's a movie that they're part of with Gerard Butler, and I always forget her name.
Catherine
Heigl.
That's it.
Nailed it. What's the name of the movie?
The Ugly Truth.
The Ugly Truth. Listen,
they have 2 songs in there.
I last week when I was interviewing, when I'm walking to the table and I'm thinking we're getting ready to interview Los Pingos. Like this is going to be interesting. Like these guys are. Yeah. We've interviewed some amazing people, but these guys are the real deal. Like they're the real deal. They invited us to crash their kitchen on their houseboat. How cool is that? Jason Sofko, what up, dude? Good to see you, my man. So last Monday with Los Pingos, they played, that was with Adrian and Jose, Coco and Laucha, live from their boat, the Hummingbird, in Los Angeles. They work with Playing for Change. They have for 4 years, and they played El Poeta, the Poet, and they played Cumbia off their album California, which was super cool. Then we Googled them. We looked them up. They're on IMDb. They have a couple songs in the soundtrack for...
Already, The Ugly Truth.
The Ugly Truth. Catherine Heigl. I'll get it 10 or 15 more times. I'll get it. Which was super, super cool, man. So we did a wrap up song. We did In Front of You, which is a new one. I think it's pulling pretty high. I'm really excited about that. Tomorrow we put up our poll at 12 p.m. That's going to be super, super groovy, baby. And then last week we actually had the poll that we had, we played at the pharmacy on Wednesday night, and
That was fun.
I accidentally, truthfully, I accidentally took one of their menus. It was in my lyric book. We were at the pharmacy. We rocked. The World Outside was #1. Mannequin came in at #2. We also played Amber, Africa, and Lose Control, and we talked about some tasty stuff. The
Holy
bruschetta.
crap, we played all those?
We did the tomato and prosciutto bruschetta with burrata cheese and farm poached egg. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. We also did the Florida Fresh braised oxtail with bonito mashed potatoes, local corn and tomato salad with a shallot vinaigrette. That was absolutely fantastic. And we did the roasted cedar plank Tomcat Jim salmon with the quinoa and the red lentil salad with toasted almonds, zucchini, and corn succotash.
That was my plate.
That succotash was fantastic.
Succotash was awesome.
I don't doubt it, man.
It didn't
You-
taste anything
From the moment the moment the plate showed up, you were like, "Thank you,
Dude, it had all my favorite things on it.
Oh man, and we had some
Oh.
fantastic drinks as well, which was it was awesome. It was really really good, and we got to hang out with Chef Lauren. Chef Lauren.
She was a delight to hang out with.
She serenaded everybody.
She
sang
serenaded
Etta
you,
James.
bro.
She said, "Stop."
She
She
serenaded-
serenaded Etta James. I've got a crush on you, and I think I was blushing the whole time.
Billy.
She was right next to me, looking me deep into my soul, into my eyes, and singing a song by Etta James, who I'm already in love with. I already love Etta James, and she's singing. She's got a crush on me, and when she would get to like the really like personal parts, she would just like look at me deep in the eyes, into the reson into the resonating vibration of my soul, which was incredible. Lauren was awesome, man. The pharmacy was so good. Dominic is the drink meister over there, and he created some fantastic drinks as well. They were really good. We had a good time. It was good to meet so many people. It was King Rob's birthday. It was Napil's birthday. It was Nellie's 94th birthday. King Rob was
Wow.
super cool, man. King Rob jumped on the show. He was awesome. If you watch the show at all, if you go back and watch last Wednesday show, watch it for King Rob. He was fantastic. And
love
watch
it-
it for Lauren's Serenade. Oh,
I love
fantastic.
it when you like call somebody out or like try to involve them in the show and they're like all about it.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
I'll get right on that
Woo!
camera right now.
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna run into.
And it's awesome. It makes the show so much more fun.
Oh yeah, man.
And that happened Wednesday. So if you missed that show, that was a fun one.
Yeah, it was really cool. We did Flip the Pick. We played 3 more songs. We did a full show. We did Problem Girl. We did Blinding
I love
Lights,
playing
and then we
Problem Girl.
rocked Pop Tart. We rocked the Pop Tart song at the end of
How
the
many
end of the
songs
show
did
at
we
the
play?
pharmacy. That many. The World Outside, Mannequin, Amber, Africa, Lose Control. Did we play all those? Problem Girl, Blinding Lights, and Pop Tart. I think
holy crap.
it was so many songs. We played so many. It was fantastic. It was so good. The food was so good. Lauren was absolutely outstanding. A huge shout out to the pharmacy. I can't wait to go back. The drinks were great. The food was great. The atmosphere was absolutely incredible. You know, and we didn't know what we were going to necessarily be walking into either. Like we didn't necessarily know. And when we first got there,
I
one of the
just
things
thought of
you and
that.
I both heard resonate from the back was, "They're here now."
And we're like, oh crap.
She's like, "I totally forgot that was tonight. I knew you guys were coming, but I forgot that was actually tonight. Okay, how do we do this?" I'm like, "It's super easy. The setup's pretty simple. We're just gonna rock some music, baby.
We just move this table and these chairs and give us that plug and we're done.
Super
Let's
groovy,
do it.
baby." Yeah. So on the poll last Tuesday was World Outside, Mannequin, Amber, Africa, and Lose Control. We played World Outside and Mannequin. Flip the Pick was Problem Girl, Blinding Lights, and Pop Tart.
That sounds
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
it sounds-
I don't remember playing Africa.
Yeah, man. I mean, who knows, man?
That
The
one
food was so
hurts.
good, and I was
It hurts
still
my fingers.
I was still feeling kind of tickly in my belly because Lauren was singing to me, and I don't know what that feeling is. I'm gonna have to talk to an
and
adult.
we were getting sit down on those tasty
Oh, the food
cocktails.
was so good, dude. It was so good. Oh yeah. Oh, the one that with like the smoky and it. Oh, that was incredible. So a
Dude.
huge shout out to the pharmacy and to Lauren for having us. What a cool show. We had a great time. The food was fantastic. So thank you guys very much. This past
Yes.
Friday, we
Yes.
had Chef Rohan. Chef Rohan
Chef
joined us this past Friday from
Rohan.
Zippy's Kitchen. Chef Rohan created tiger shrimp stir fry and
Mhm.
chicken curry, and the shrimp and the chicken.
Tiger shrimp.
Yeah.
Like if
Dude.
I wouldn't know, man. That was spicy. That
The
was
tiger
very
shrimp stir
spicy.
fry was he don't mess
was
around.
Absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it that night. Like hot is okay.
Woo.
Like spicy food, like that burns, makes you sweat a little bit. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
As long as there's a nice, good flavor to back it up.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I don't
100%.
want just hot things. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and
Like,
I think that was one
if
of
it
the
has
things
a
that we
great
talked about.
flavor,
Yeah, it didn't just have heat,
I'll
but the
sit there.
flavor was full.
you know, and you know it's good because like you're sweating but still eating the item. That's how you know it's got good flavor.
Yeah, I mean,
And
and
the
that's
shrimp
a
definitely had that.
oh,
Man.
bro, that
And then
shrimp
we started dipping chips in it.
that
Oh
shrimp
my
lit me up. Oh
goodness.
yeah, after the show, we broke open pretty much every bag of chips that we had, and we just tried all different types of chips. He had baked Lays. He had baked Lays that he was using that he had a bag of, and they were incredible. Then we moved on. We had Patricio stop by.
Then
We
we
had
had
Mike Conway stop
yep,
by.
yep, yep, yep,
We had
yep,
some
yep, yep,
pimps,
yep.
some pimps and players, baby. But the food was awesome. Thank you so much, Chef Rohan. We also had sous chef Josh Mullis.
Yeah, he was
M-
helping out.
Yeah, minglewithmullis.com. Sidekick cosplay.
He was kind of kept in the dark by the chef.
He got some fantastic pictures that he put up on our social media, on our Instagram. If you guys want to see some fantastic pictures, really high res, beautiful, incredible food pictures from Friday
Mm,
night, head over to Instagram.com/KitchenKillaz, man. Check that shit out.
check it out.
It was crazy. It was really,
Check
really
it
good.
out.
Check it out, Caramello. Stretch it
out.
out. Before we go any further, a huge shout out to all of our sponsors, man. Wayne Dench Incorporated, EMS Mobile Detailing, Castle Door Studios, Territorious Cafe and Pizzeria, and Lakeland Barbecue, my man Joel Van, the man himself, keeping everything sticky and sweet from the land of Polk County. Lakeland Barbecue Company, LakelandBarbecueCompany.com. You just got Betty booped, y'all. So man, we had such a good time on Friday night. There's Patricio right there.
Patricio!
Yes! Patricio joined us from With a Side of Chaos on Friday night, which was super cool. He got to
The
hang out.
chaos is back,
he-
July 4th.
Boom, boom, boom. He talked about some incredible shoes that he got at Ross Dress for Less for $6.
$6.
And then
Even if he only wears them twice, man, that's
Yeah.
you're done. You're
and
good.
then we did an incredible thing, and I don't necessarily know if it went live today, Patricio, but in our elevated state, we decided that we were going to get ourselves involved with roadside billboards
yeah,
throughout Orlando.
yeah.
So we pulled a couple triggers that night. Me and Patricio and the
Specifically
Commodore.
on Colonial.
Yeah.
Near
We
Alafaya.
pulled we pulled metaphorical triggers on Alfea. They were actually we just chose to make decisions and take action with ideas that we had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Metaphor.
They weren't real triggers. Yeah. We just if you've ever seen what is it? What is the name of the movie with Giovanni Ribisi?
Contraband.
Contraband.
Contraband with Mark Wahlberg
Pull
and
the
Giovanni
trigger!
Ribisi.
Pull the trigger. Yeah. So Blip is a really cool program where you can log in and you have an account, and Blip has billboards all over the country. And so what you do is you put in your zip code, you find what billboards you want to have information displayed on throughout what period of day. So as you're driving down the road and you look off to the side and you see those huge billboards off to the side, and a lot of them are digital now, where they just put up different images. So Blip is a company where you can sign up a profile and create these specific images and upload them to the boards at a certain chosen time for a certain amount of money. And Patricio got us involved, got us approved, which was super cool because he's Patricio and we're the Killaz. So Sunday we designed our first Blip billboards, and Patricio uploaded them. I think he was waiting on approval of the artwork, and he's going to let us know. So it's really good. It's really good. I'm looking forward to it, man. This is really awesome. So we pulled some triggers on Sunday, and once we get through the red tape of the artwork, we'll be rocking and rolling. We're gonna have some blip ones. However,
Some
mine went
blipping.
up though. Patricio says we got to work on that artwork. I'm telling you, man.
I
Something's going on with those
you
ratios.
took a picture. You took a picture of yours.
Yeah,
put it
baby.
on Facebook.
The
I saw it.
chaos is back.
That's why I remember. That's why I said as soon as I saw your name, I remembered that. I'm like the chaos. See, the blip worked, bro.
Oh, boom!
I saw it, and the chaos is back.
The chaos is back, baby.
Not brag. Yes, you are.
Yeah,
you are
no,
bragging.
brag away. It's
you
good.
can't put a hashtag in front of it, and then it's like not bragging.
Yeah, 100%, man.
You're bragging.
Yeah,
Mine
what the
went
hell?
up.
Not bragging. You just did. I see what you did there. So it was a Friday night. Thank you guys so much, Mike Conway, Patricio, for joining us as well. Ziffy's Kitchen, Chef Rohan himself, and sous chef Josh Mullis.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you guys very, very much, man. We had such a good time. Did we play a new song? We did. We debuted Colors. We debuted Colors by Post Malone on Friday. Circles. Colors is ours. Yeah. So what's up?
We have a song called Colors.
Yeah, Color Change.
Oh, whew.
Yeah.
Color Change, man. How does that go?
We're getting there, baby.
We haven't played that one in a while.
That's the deep breath one with like all the lyrics where you got the beta wimps. It's gonna be good. So this past Friday, thank you guys so much. This past Saturday was Patreon live practice. We had to go a little bit earlier because the great Commodore had to take care of business. So we went live at I think 9:30 a.m. on Saturday morning till about 10:30.
Yeah.
A little before 10:30.
I'm not working this Saturday though. You know why? we have a gig.
Yeah, baby. What's this Saturday? What are we doing this
I
Saturday?
don't know.
I'm
but
excited.
There's something in the calendar, so I asked for the day off, and I got
I
it.
think it's the festival gig. I believe that's what it is. I'm excited for this one. This is gonna be really
Earthfest.
good. And we're gonna have to find out because there's huge explosions in Florida of this whole COVID thing.
Yeah,
So
we'll check
huge,
on
and
that.
everybody's
Well, either
masking
way, I
this.
got Saturday off, so we're going
Awesome, we got
live.
Saturday off, so it's gonna be outstanding. We're looking forward to it. So yeah, man, this past Saturday was really cool. We got to rock the Patreon private practice session, which was really nice. Shelly loves to put the Patreon private practice section. Patreon private practice
Hey
session.
man, you find something good, you gotta go
Patreon
with
private
it.
practice session. It's
Just-
groovy, baby.
Just go
It
with
is groovy. And if you guys want to be a part of that, if you want to be part of our Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/KitchenKillaz. Is the best way to support us. You for $5 a month, less than 17 cents a day. We do have some higher tiers, of course, but everything is great, man. Anything is fantastic. We play Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We do it for free. I was thinking about that on the way home. Almost 3 years of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday shows, and how many Friday shows and just entertaining, just doing it to entertain people, to have a good time. And we want to get better and we want to entertain, we want to inspire more people. And, there's an operation cost that comes to it. So it's like, we want to keep Fridays for free. We're going to keep Fridays for free. That's the goal. Rocking and rolling, baby. All the different kitchens that we've been in, we're here to do it. And we do it for free. That's the plan. Yeah, exactly, Jen. All the P's. So this past Saturday was really cool. This past Sunday was Father's Day. Did you talk to Papa Commodore?
No, I did not.
No, does he chill on Father's Day? Is he just kind of like float?
He is in Fort Lauderdale because Ashlyn just had a baby.
So Matt Vitarelli is a new daddy.
That is correct.
It was his first Father's Day yesterday.
That is correct.
Happy Father's Day, Matt
That is
Vitarelli.
correct. He's a good dude.
Nice,
gonna
man.
be a
That's
good dad.
awesome. Yeah, he's a good dude. Him and
he's gonna
Ashlyn are
be a
both
good
very
dad.
nice people. If when you talk about procreating in the world, those are two people I'd be like, okay,
Those-
cool. You guys are great.
I approve.
You're like good human
Yeah,
beings.
please.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah. You're good, you. So a huge shout out to all the dads out there, all the papas. We have a couple ourselves that are involved in our crew. Dennis Cutter, the mad scientist from Maryland. Fantastic dad. Great
Happy
leader.
Father's Day, Dennis.
Nori Baird, absolutely
Happy
fantastic.
Father's Day, Nori.
Patricio Solano, he's not a daddy yet, but I think he has pets. One day he might be a daddy. And when that happens, happy Father's Day, sir. When that happens.
I was at work all day yesterday, and someone asked me, like, hey, are you a father? I was like, no.
Yeah.
Do you have any pets? Or do you have a dog? No. Do you have a cat? No. Do you have any pets? No. Oh, you're no fun.
Just looking for a reason to say Happy Father's Day.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day.
Jason Sofka in here as well. Happy Father's Day to Jason Sofka.
Happy
What's
Father's
up,
Day,
baby?
Jason.
Oh yeah, making it happen. So a huge shout out to all the dads. Thank you guys for everything that you do. To Harris Floyd, of course. Thank you very much to Papa Commodore. Thank you very much for being good. A good dad. And here we are, baby. It's Monday. We had JD Schreiner on a little earlier. We ran a little long, but we got a song for you guys. So question for you. We picked a song, but they had requested a song. I saw a couple of requests for Blinding Lights. Would you be down for that?
I have something in my eye, and it's really pissing me off.
Oh, I don't want that to happen, man. You don't want an angry Commodore. It's not going to go well.
I'll be right back.
Right. All right, he's taking care of it, baby. So thank you guys very much for joining us, man. We definitely appreciate it. I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. I hope the weekend went really well for everybody. We had a fun weekend. It was Florida, so some rain, some water, some storms, some lightning. Who knows? Some tornadoes. We don't know. It's Florida. We got the whole Florida man thing. So there's always some crazy people around there doing crazy things. That's just the way it works. Like here comes one right now.
I'm crazy.
He's a crazy guy.
But you know what? I don't have anything in my eye anymore.
That's and I imagine you feel better about that, sir.
Dude, see what I just did? I'm super excited.
So thank you guys for joining us, man. Oh, got a tune.
See, that's why I brought the capo.
Yeah.
Before the show, this is what I said.
He's got the capo,
verbatim.
Jim.
I'm gonna grab my capo in case you decide to get all wonky on me.
Getting
and
wonky.
Not play the song that we were gonna play.
We're getting wonky.
Which is fine.
Wonky the
because I
Wonkster.
have the capo here. It's
That's
fine.
right. Oh yeah. So as requested, what's up, Nori? Yeah, what's up, baby? Laughing. JD Schreiner. It was so cool to have JD on here, man. He was fan. I'm really looking forward to 30 seconds of Schreiner. I think it's gonna be badass. 30 seconds of Schreiner. Catch us in 2 weeks.
It is
for the next iteration, the next edition.
It sounds like we may share some ideals.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
Right.
I always like running into people like that.
Yeah, man. 30 seconds is not going to be enough one day, JD. We're going to have a minute of Schreiner, and then we'll see how it goes because you're just brilliant, dude. It's cool to hear you speak. You're very, in my opinion, enlightened, which is awesome. Super cool to think about that, my dude. So thank you very much for joining us, man. Check out JD Schreiner, fantastic artist and musician. And I'm telling you, hungry dog. I'm not even joking. I'm going to bring it up again. So we have drums by Kevin B. Blood. We have piano by Sam. We have harmonies by the great Commodore. We have you got the guitar, you're grooving, baby, and I'll add some bass to it, a little bit of low end. So groovy, man. So thank you guys for hanging out. We're gonna rock some blinding lights. Blinding lights that we're doing,
Yes.
and let's do it. Oh yeah, I'm so excited.
I'm so close.
I'm
so
excited.
close.
I'm excited to eat for the first time today. Hungry dog, yeah.
That's why you like the song.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just hungry. I'm a hungry dog.
I'm a hungry dog, yeah. Oh, hungry dog, baby. Let's make it happen. This isn't a hungry dog. That'd be cool to cover hungry dog. Boom, 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 boom. All right, there we go. Let me wet the whistle.
Am I on? No.
No,
It's going through my mic.
Yeah, I keep you muted until you say, "Hey, man, I'm good." You're in.
I'm good.
Yeah. All right, baby, here we go. This is called Blinding Lights. Hope you guys dig it. If you don't, that's okay. We still love you. Is this right? Is it? Sounds right. Wait. Stand by. Okay. No. Okay. Let's do that again. I want to do strums. I think strums might sound better. Just 4 count in.
Good, because I murdered that.
Yeah, I don't want my picking to take away from your picking, so I think if I light strum. I like it. I've been trying to call. I've been on my own for long enough. Maybe you can show me how to love. Maybe I'm going through withdrawals. You don't even have to do too much. You can turn me on with just a touch. Baby, I look around and since it is cold and empty, no one's around to judge me. I can see clearly when you're gone. I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. And I said, ooh, I'm drowning in the night. Oh, when I'm like this, you're the one I trust. Hey, hey, hey. I'm running out of time. I can see the sun light up the sky. I hit the road in overdrive. Baby, I look around and since it is cold and empty, no one's around to judge me. I can see clearly when you're gone. I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. And I said, ooh, I'm drowning in the night. Oh, when I'm like this, you're the one I trust. I'm just walking by to let you know I can never say it on the phone. I will never let you go this time. I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. And I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your Yes. What's up, Jose Alvaro? Thank you guys very much, man. Definitely appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, man. My name's Billy Floyd, and that is...
Commodore.
We ran a little long today, but that's because we had J.D. Schreiner, and that is a badass dude, baby. A badass dude. And the only reason that I wanted to leave that up on the screen was so you guys had it baked into your brains that you want to hear Hungry Dog again.
J.D. Schreiner, Hungry Dog. J.D. Schreiner, Hungry Dog.
Hungry Dog.
Hungry
Hungry Dog.
Dog.
J.D. Schreiner, Hungry Dog. Hungry Dog. Hungry Dog. J.D. Schreiner, Hungry Dog. I'm so excited. Awesome, baby. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight, man. Commodore, any parting advice, any parting words, any parting ideas? What you got?
I wrote down a couple things that I heard J.D. Schreiner say.
Yeah, let's chat about them.
The first one was, if you're willing to teach, you better be ready to learn.
If you're willing to teach, you better be ready to learn.
I really like that one.
I dig that, man. That's super
I like
groovy,
that.
baby.
And then the other one, and this was during 30 Seconds of Schreiner.
Okay.
If it feeds your soul, honor that.
If it feeds your soul, honor that. I like that one too. That's really good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is there an adapter around here? Where'd that guy go? Right there. He was here. I took him off. Like, I don't want to take him off. Where'd that guy go?
I don't know, man.
Can't. Yeah. Oh no. Wait. Stand by. Good man. Bingo bongo. Oh yeah. You guys know what that means. It's time. It lifts my spirits like a hot cup of coffee with the perfect amount of creamer. Just outstanding. You want to add in some toilet paper Jesus? Yes. Let's do it. It'll be fantastic. Stand by. I got to get this menu from the pharmacy out of my direct path. Thank you guys for joining us, man. Tomorrow at 12 o'clock, we're putting up a poll, baby. That's right, with 5 songs on it. You guys vote on Wednesday night. We rock them, man.
Vote.
7:05. We're gonna have Zach Cabral from Casador Studios in as a guest remotely, right here, like J.D. Schreiner was. He's gonna play you guys some jams on Wednesday.
Nice.
Trey's gonna play some music. Normally we're crashing Casador. Oh, I like that. Crashing Casador. Normally, yes, we're crashing Casador.
We both thought of
yes.
Sean Connery immediately.
Yes, stop it right there. Yes. Shelley Wheeler, yes, hello. Yes, Thomas Scott of Rochester. Yeah. So we normally crash Castledore on the last Wednesday of the month. However, we're not able to do that because of the crazy stuff that's going on. But wait just a minute. We're not through yet. We're going to have Zach Cabral, that's right, the man himself from Castledore Studio, on as a guest on Wednesday night's show. He's going to remote in just like JD did. He's going to be here remotely. He's going to be here digitally, electronically. You're going to see him. You're going to hear him. You're going to love him if you don't already, and you should because he's Zach Cabral. Really cool. Looking forward to Wednesday night show. It's absolutely fantastic. Tomorrow we put the poll up for 5 songs. You guys vote on Wednesday night. We play the winners. That's about it.
Wow.
I'm grooving, baby.
That is it.
Oh, yeah.
That is it.
Ready to rock and roll? What you got? What you got?
Paper Jesus.
Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas, you got here just in time. We're going to go ahead and play this. If you're okay with this, which we're going to do it anyway.
Walking down the street, chickens blowing kisses. Never thought I'd end up 28 without a missus. Yet here we are, yeah, it's totally a thing. Making this movie about my life in quarantine. Started off hype, living life as a pirate. Then it got hectic as time began to riot. Filmed my thoughts, what a terrible idea. Had a party over Zoom and got diarrhea. Ran out of toilet paper, life felt like forfeit. Turn on the news, an invasion of hornets. That's when it really truly started to unravel. I truly wish I could go motherfucking travel like.
I want to hear that new song. Hey! Yeah.
I wanna be a vagabond, maybe I'm a Cylon. I should have killed them hornets with the motherfucking mask on. Covered in ketchup, man, I think I messed up. Need a therapist that will help me feel my love of cover. No, not with beer, they really need to steer this conversation with myself a light year away from beer. They need to poop and Caesar. Sorry, socks, it don't please us. Holy frickin' crap, is that toilet paper Jesus?
You guys have a good night, man. We'll talk to you guys soon. Stay at the show, and we will see you Wednesday, 7:05. This is Thomas Carter, Rochester, Rockets and Toilet Paper Jesus. Y'all have a good night. Pizza.
Would you